You're welcome back to this channel. My name is Peace Edu. Right now, I'll be sharing about the World Braille Day. The UN has set aside lots of particular days throughout the calendar to celebrate international mind-blowing particular things that happened in world history and to remember, like to bring into the cognizance of humans that these things are important and we have to give more attention to it. 4th January is the World Braille Day. This day was recently decided by the UN, and the idea was to celebrate all those around the world who are visually impaired and use the Braille method of writing. Now, Braille was discovered by Louis Braille, a French man who was born in 1805. Who was born in 1809 and died in 1852. So he became blind when he was a child, like 3 year old, while playing in his father's workstation. One of his father's tool pierced his eyes, and he got infected, and it affected the other. So we know that Louis Braille became blind from age 3 and continued into adulthood. Now, we see that children who are visually impaired can sometimes find difficulty in learning. Aside that, there is social stigmatization around it. Some people who do not understand it don't know how best to treat these children. So one can only wonder what it was like for Louis growing up. But we're glad that this discovery came through him. Now here, so the UN has decided that 4th January should be used to celebrate this day, World Braille Day. So we would say it's an outstanding day. There's so many activities that child-centered organizations can do to be part of this day. Here are top things you can do to be part of the. Okay, so it just dawned on me. Now, if you say Braille is Louis's surname, Braille, Louis Braille, but his method of writing was fashioned like this. So you know how you can, while writing you can say it's traced like this, right? So the Braille writing is a system of writing that uses lots of dots to trace certain alphabets, such that without seeing, with eyes closed, if you are not visually impaired, by just the sense of touch, you can decipher what word is what alphabet is what alphabet, and make a word and thus read. So it's been very effective all over the world all these years. So on those days, on the day set aside for World Braille Day, it's a remembrance. It's all of us becoming to cognizant that yes, this thing exists, and that we can help children in our space who are visually impaired learn better. Here are the top 7 5. Here are the top 5 things you can do on that day. One, get to check if you're an organization individual. Check for schools of the blind in your city. There will be a school for the blind or school for visually impaired children. Go in there, give a talk about it, visit them, share books with them, of course Braille books, share opinions, talk to them. Now, if you're an influencer, it is easier to make posts about this. Now, what kind of post would work? Something like telling parents or children on how to relate with their friends who are visually impaired. Some people think that by virtue of a child being visually impaired, it means that the child's chances for succeeding in life is short, but that's not the case. So if more people come to learn that, okay, someone is visually impaired does not really mean like it does not mean the child is daft. It means, oh, there's so much. It means the child just cannot see, but there's so much. Those children are usually very talented, can draw, can do so many things. So yes, that's one way. On social media, make posts about it, talk to your friends about it. Let parents, let those in your sphere know what this is about and how they can best relate. My interest is children, so yes, how they can best relate to children who are visually impaired. Also, if you have a child organization or you run one, organize art days. It's most fun. Visually impaired children need to be celebrated. So this day is not just we talking about the fact that they can now read and write the information that we too can, those who are not visually impaired can read. No, it's also saying that yes, we use this day as an opportunity. Yes, it's the birthday of Louis Braille, but we use it as an opportunity to celebrate those who are visually impaired. Of course, look out. Then is to advocate for more ways whereby their interests will be seen. So on this day too, we're talking about their human rights. On this day too, we're talking about the right of free speech for them, the right to be heard, the right to be involved in society, the right to vote if they are in countries that's not for adults. In their countries where they should vote and be voted for. This is talking about their right for inclusion in society. They are not a part of people. Neither they are part of us. They are with us in society. So we use this day to celebrate them. So whatever it is in your sphere, just get involved. Do something as an individual. Talk to your friend about it. I don't know. Someone mentioned that sometimes. Okay, another thing to learn from Louis Braille's story is sometimes life might present things to us. It's what we make of it that matters. Imagine that this young fellow got blind at age 3. I'm sure that he would have been like 12 and asking his mommy, "Mommy, why am I like this? Why am I blind?" and all of that. But it's beautiful to see that he went past all of these, right, and got to discover something real big. So this is even a big story to tell to the to your children in your school, whether they are visually impaired or not. So this is all in all, just bring it to the consciousness of people around you that this day is a special day and that these people have to be celebrated. This day is a special day and that children who are visually impaired have to be celebrated. Thank you. And yes, if you enjoyed this small speech, if you enjoyed this thought I shared, do not subscribe on this channel. And yes, there will be more content coming on this content talking about the international days and how it can be beneficial to the children in your space. Thank you. See you next time.